With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from Indianapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. He breaks through another tackle. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Raheem Mostert, 70 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble now, great field position. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 22, Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also moved the sticks. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now Sanders. They find some open field here. Past the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 41 yards as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
It's a second down run with Sanders. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. This is Mostert. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. These two teams all tied after 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
He's checking. Check 43.
Now Mostert. Oh, nice move. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now they toss out wide to Sanders. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Chris Jones on the stop. A gain of a yard.
On 2nd and 9. Murray escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. And
he's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Raheem Mostert as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
4 yards the pickup, first down. On first down, Sanders able to slither by. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another run with Sanders. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts, 18 and a first down. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. And quickly to his tight end, Clark. That's caught. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Murray now on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. As shoves him off at the 20. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
He completes it to Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and he's going to get this one to... Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. That's complete to DK Metcalf. He's got daylight. 20, 10, and touchdown. DK Metcalf, 72 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now. Get the ball.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Throwing on 2nd down. Murray. Flushed out right. He'll find Metcalf. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
This is taken at the 15. And now off to the races, down the right side. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Mark that down as an 85-yard punt return. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! A great play there. 40 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Murray now. Rolling to his right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Chris Jones, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Murray from midfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. 1st down, Murray. This is caught. Touchdown! Michael Thomas, 30 47 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 40 now on second down. Murray, he throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On second down, Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. On second and 11 now. Murray, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. He'll return it from the 6. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go. They held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. Steps away to his left. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 35. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play fake. Murray. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Well, he's loose again. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Boy, he covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Murray going to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 41 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now with carry for Sanders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Murray now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
To throw on 3rd down. Murray flushed it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, We are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go. It's going to be a long day.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. On first down, Murray, pass incomplete.
Used to have a coach who used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
The dump-off gets them 9, so now they're in much better shape for third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that.
He tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Murray eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
On third down, Murray. He'll get it in the hands of Clark, complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So that'll back him up 5.
Great job, D. Great job.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On first down, Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They work very...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd down and 4, Murray. It's caught here by Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run with Peterson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The dump-off gets them 9, so now they're in much better shape for 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. No gain on the dump-off. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
Let's go, D.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he'll take it into the end end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
It puts the score first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On play action, it's Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On second down now, it's Jacobs. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Play action. Now it's Murray. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Murray now on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Here's Murray from midfield. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A throw over the middle, taken in, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, it's Sanders, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Murray. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Murray. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw, it's Murray. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. After the turnover, here's Murray. That's complete to DK Metcalf. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This is Clark. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Now Peterson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown! Adrian Peterson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. Murray now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Murray off play action. He goes full extension, and he's got it. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Play fake. Murray. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run again with Peterson. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage. And time is going to expire in this football game. So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought victory here. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
36 power. Tempo.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Looking for Cruz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. On first down, Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Second down, Murray sets to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll make it third down. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. And he's got an open man, Clark. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11.
On second and 11 now. Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Murray now. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 15 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now a 7-0 game. the touchdown. Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as he rifles one that's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
It's fourth down.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Murray and company going for it on fourth. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Broncos will take over on downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to air one out. It got his man complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be fourth down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Murray got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, you know, writing down your ad-lib.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Kyler Murray keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now they went draw play there on 3rd down around the goal line. Something you normally like to see, Charles?
Oftentimes people are prepared for a pass in this situation, so the draw is a good call. But it's better when you usually have a lead blocker. If you don't have a fullback, you can use your H-back to pull in front. Sometimes you pull a guard to get out in front. Maybe it's your tight end. But they find a way to create a little bit of extra space. A bit of a surprise down near the goal line, but it was effective in this situation.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. past the 20. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nifty move. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Raheem Mostert in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. The PAT good. It would draw them closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something that...
As Sanders has it poked free. The Broncos say they have it. They do. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. And he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. He's at the 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Sanders. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 16.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Third and 2, and here's Murray. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Victor Cruz, 36 yards, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. Throwing again here, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13, Murray, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It was Dion sprinting in on the corner blitz for the sack. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is Mostert. And he's into the clear. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Here's Wilson. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. They will run the draw with Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Murray to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 30. Back to throw. Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right? And this is going to be intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This a long one from 54. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.